I want to do an update because this is, I feel it's important to me a little bit on the Josh Giddey case. Josh Giddey will not face any charges for alleged, I gotta say it's the third time, alleged relationship with a minor because we still don't know the woman's age. All we know is that it's an alleged minor who snuck into a club, who got with Josh Giddey, and they slept together and had a relationship for like a month, or I think what they said was like from like a month to 4 months, or even half a year, maybe. So maybe even half a year. It's pushing it. It's still all alleged, and it is what it was. So the family and the girl chose not to cooperate with the police to do an investigation, and people are still saying that this man is a pedophile and touches kids. How did he? How is he considered a pedophile? What? I mean, damn. How is he considered a pedo or going out or being a predator towards minor when he was in the club, an of age club, minding his own business, and a random person walked up to him trying to sleep around, whatever, mess around, date, do whatever. What happens in the club? So how do we get there? And all of a sudden, now he's considered a predator, a pedo, and all these things. When in reality, that's not the truth. Why is it so hard to tell the truth when it comes to this man? You do not know. Nobody knows until there's some information. Until the girl decides to corroborate with the police, and we get the extra information we need to call this man a pedo if he really is. Then why are we destroying this man's life? Why are we doing this to this dude who we don't know for the sake of laughs, memes, and comedy? This dude is like 23 years old. This is gonna mess with this man, and this is the label he's gonna have to stick with until he die. All because that family chose to not cooperate with the police if he was really in the wrong. Doesn't make any sense.
I feel as if this was, if any form case, I don't want to say a publicity stunt because ain't no way this is a publicity stunt.
Can be.
Because I agree, it just doesn't make any sense why you would go through the trouble of getting the police involved, but then not cooperate with the police when they're trying to book the man. It seems kind of suspicious. It is suspicious because it just doesn't make sense. Because if I was in her shoes and I knew that Josh Giddey was way older than me, and I knew as myself that I was a 16-year-old and I was getting flagged, I would do the same thing that she's doing now, not saying a fucking word, because that's what
I will
she's
say
doing.
this: there was an account that originally called this out in the first place, and that account deleted itself. It wasn't deleted by Instagram, it wasn't deleted by Twitter. That account was there, and then they randomly decided to delete themselves from the internet. Haven't heard anything from that person that ran that account, anything like that since since the deletion of that account. And they have basically watched this shitstorm take over this man's basketball career and life. He's been asked out to practice, well, during practice, hey, about this case when bro was trying to go win a basketball game, trying to go play, trying to do whatever. They the team he plays for is an up and coming NBA team. They're not the best right now, but they're trying. They're on the rise. This man's career is on the rise. This is how you stunt somebody's growth, a player growth. Like, this is not the situation with Karl Malone. For the love of God, stop comparing this man to Karl Malone. He is not Karl Malone at all. What Karl Malone did was sick. He shouldn't have had an NBA career, but he had a career. No, nobody respects his career. Nobody respects anything he's done in his career because he shouldn't have had a career in the first place. That's the truth. He was 21, 22 years old and knocked up a 12-year-old who had a kid at 13. That man was sick. That was predatory. That was something that should have been cut. Yeah, no, you screwed up. You're not gonna have a job now. And the NBA decided to let that slide. That's on now. That man's career is not respected whatsoever by anybody. Don't compare this man to don't compare Josh Giddey to Karl Malone. I'm not a fan of the giggity jokes with compare him to Quagmire. It ain't it. You can say, I mean, it's funny, but it's not, considering the fact that it's ruining somebody's life. Like, it's funny, but it's not funny because it's like, damn, you ruining somebody's life.
Josh.
Like, it had, like, it's funny. It's just,
It's fucked. It's so fucked. And I don't know a lot about Josh Giddey, but I don't think anybody should be put into the spot that he's in right now, because there's really nothing he can say or do that's gonna persuade America to be on his side, because of the simple fact
or anybody.
that he thinks that he's a pedo, and because of the fact that the family refuses to come out, and the girl refuses to come out to say anything, he's just gonna look like a fucking pedo. And what my question is for the girl is, if you knew that you was underage and you snuck into this, you have to be of age club, and you see Josh Giddey, she went for the bag. That's all. That's literally what it is. She went for the bag because she knew that this man had money. There was no way she allowed herself to be put into a situation without understanding the full depth of the consequences that she was going to have to face. Because the public, and I bet everyone in her school, knows that she fucked Josh Giddey. If she's still in school, that is.
But do we even know this? Do we, my thing is, like, do we even know this woman's name? Do we even know this girl's name? Do we know anything about her, like, at all? Like, we know a lot about Josh. We know a lot. He's a public figure. He's been scrutinized, criticized by everybody and everything. And I promise you, it's not. I'm only defending this man as much as I'm defending him, because I have seen everybody completely just give up on this dude and be like, yeah, no, cut and dry. He's a weirdo. You knew nothing about him in the first place. You knew absolutely nothing about this dude in the first place. I'm not a fan of Josh Giddey. I like watching him play sometimes. I'm not a mega fan. I'm not a mega fan of his team. My team is an old team that is gonna lose in the playoffs. It's the Clippers. My team sucks. So it is what it is. I have no lag in this race, right? I have seen everybody, even NBA players, even ex NBA players with their podcasts, be like, I'm not gonna lie, that Josh Giddey kid, he is kind of weird. You knew nothing about him. You knew nothing, absolutely nothing about him. You're just going off base what the internet is saying, because people are gonna agree with you. You knew nothing about this dude at all. He's 23, 20 something years old. You're like 35. You knew nothing about this man, because you and him wasn't even playing in the same time. So you knew absolutely nothing about him. You're just saying it for the clicks and views. I don't care if I get screwed up. Do you know how easy it is if it come out that the evidence is true, that yeah, so it turns out bro is where he actually was being a pedo. Bro, you think I'm not gonna come back over here and be like, oh yeah, no, bro gotta go. Get him out the league, put him in a cage, do whatever. But I don't care for the alleged whatever. I do not care for the alleged anything. I need concrete information if we're gonna call somebody a pedo. That's something that's gonna stick with them for life. I need concrete information. It is that simple.
I agree. I 100% agree. Because too many lives have been ruined off of allegations and speculations. Too many lives, too many people lost from allegations and speculations. It's just sad. And the way that we have all the technology and the ability to look up text messages, look up old logs, go into people's accounts and find this information. We got people that's not even in the CIA able to look up people, but we can't find the information for this one person. Are we trying, or are we just allowing this one person to ruin this guy's career because we just don't like him, or is it because he's white? Like, like you told me, basketball
You know what's
is
funny?
racist.
You know what's funny? I've seen people talk about Kyrie and Draymond Green situation. How Draymond Green, Kyrie, like when we were talking about this earlier with Kyrie, well, he shared a Twitter post, and he got removed. He wasn't even able to play basketball for months. No, that's not what happened. He shared a post to a book, and in that book had anti-Semitic quotes and logs in that book. And the NBA, who is hold up, my camera froze, but the NBA, who has a lot of Jewish owners, looked at that and like, yo, that's a problem. I know you're not anti-Semitic, but this book has some anti-Semitic stuff. That's a problem. I'm gonna need you to not promote something that's against my people. And Kyrie's like, I'm gonna promote it anyway. And bro got suspended. Oh my God, who would have thought that the Jewish owners complained to the commissioner of the NBA to get a player suspended? Who would have thought? Now, was Kyrie in the wrong? I wouldn't say he's in the wrong. I don't think he deserved to be suspended for what he did get. Draymond Green was punching people and assaulting people for years. That's why he got suspended. Stop. You cannot compare those situations to him at all. Well, John Morant got suspended. John Morant was in trouble multiple times. He was being told multiple times, yo, what you're doing right now is at the disservice of the entire NBA and your team that is paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to promote them and be the face of that team. If that would have been some random player on the bench or a role player doing what John Morant was doing, no one would care. But it's Ja freaking Morant. There are billboards over the entire city of Memphis. He's one of the biggest well-known people in America. He is a face of the NBA. You cannot do the stuff you was doing and expect them to be like, hey yo, we're just gonna let it slide. We're just gonna take all the damages and potential profit loss to our company, team, and brand. Hell no. That's why he got suspended. Is not the same. Stop. You cannot compare something that has happened once. This is Josh outside of this has a completely clean history. John Morant did not. He was told multiple times to stop, chill out, and he did not. It's not the same. Stop making it about race when it has nothing to do about race. He was told, he did not listen. He caused the team and the league damages. He got his ass suspended. It is not the same.
That was a
But
little pointed. Oh my God.
my bad. Yeah,
Jesus.
shit is ridiculous, man. Like I'm all fine. I'm all okay with I'm okay. Like I'm okay somewhat with like the Giles Giggity jokes, but it's like, yo, this shit is quite literally ruining this man's life. Who knows what it's doing to who knows what all these allegations, which are all still allegations by the way, is doing to this man's psyche. Like we say how we care how men go through so much and we don't talk about it in the mental health side of things. Here you go. Here's the allegations right here. They're all allegations. Well, what is he supposed? Well, genuinely, what is he supposed to do? That's the shit that's fucking with me so much. That's why I care so much about this particular case. Like we say we care about mental health. We say we care about the men. We say we want men to like speak out more about their mental and all this shit. Until it's something that doesn't relate to you or something you don't really care about, then well, that person don't really matter. It's crazy, man. But let's move on. This topic is absolutely fucked.
Child, we'll just leave it at that. I mean, the next topic not about to be any brighter.